Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for stepping up to the plate, showing up to the Crypto Crypto Lifer live stream every single day. May God bless you and every single one of you in the world out here every single day. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's get it going. Shout out to everybody out here on YouTube, baby. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Did you get a pump this morning? I did. I was doing biceps. Pumped them up. Let's go. Let's go. Did you work out today? Did you take care of your heart? Your heart is the most important part of your body, baby. Take care of your heart. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. We put the lemon into the water. Let's take a big sip from the Crypto Lifer. Always drink out of a glass jar, too. Get rid of that plastic nonsense. Keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself ready to go. Tastes amazing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's break down the chat, shall we? Let's get into Bitcoin. Let's hope everything's complacent. Bang, bang, bang. Money pouring into cryptocurrency. People buying Ethereum. People buying Bitcoin like you wouldn't believe. I mean, look at the money flowing in. A little bit of Tether, XRP, MATIC, Chainlink. Someone is getting the message to load up. I mean, look at that. That's insanity. People are absolutely loading up like you wouldn't believe. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 55. Might want to think about taking some profits, but we'll get into this area. That's a profit-taking area. I buy down in here. This is it. You know, you can nibble here, but the big buy should be down in these shaded areas. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Like I say, I do should be taking as financial advice. But for me personally, I'm getting it down here as much as humanly possible. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. If you watch my my update in the trading group, if you're in my trading group, you got an update last night. I looked at the 15-minute time frame. What did I show you last night? Well, I went over two concepts last night before I went to bed. One of them was this. I went over this idea that we had a shoulder, we had a head, we had a right shoulder. My finger slipped there. And that was a head and shoulder that could drop you to the downside. All right, one. Then I zoomed in here. And I saw that we were losing a point of control. Not a good sign, bearish sign. And then I even saw this. Shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. That measured move would take you all the way here. You take the neckline. That's going to take you to right here. The measured move is 22,300. That was exactly where we went. This head and shoulder played out exactly to the downside. All you have to do is trade the charts the way the charts tell you to trade. All right, I talked about an insurance short in my trading group. I personally didn't trade the short. I'll be honest, I'm not into shorting until I see a cover. Now, I might open a short if we still continue to lose certain areas. Insurance short stop loss right here. The trade was open right there on the right side of the shoulder. You got paid. So anyone in my trading group that listened basically to the analysis was able to do their own analysis and see that this was a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. 70% chance of a break to the downside. We got it. There was also a kind of a descending triangle here as this was falling, and this was kind of more flatter. It had some descending triangle vibes, right? So let's dive deeper and see what's happening for Bitcoin now. So what had happened? Then we made this rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. All right. Boom. So let's get rid of the head and shoulder flag. We got that. Let's get rid of the rising wedge. We got that. Then I woke up this morning and the 15-minute was oversold in a bit of a tiny little flag here. And I suggested that the 15-minute could break out of the flag. The measured move of the flag was here, right? However, the 1 hour didn't look good to us at all, right? The 1 hour was overbought, said we were going to come on down. It's still overbought. I'm not a fan of the 1 hour right now. Like, I don't like opening up trades when the 1 hour is getting exposed like this. So, and that's just simple probability. You just go by the probability, and you could backtest this simple stuff for simple traders. Right here, you're curving, you took a dump. Right here, you're high and curving, you took a dump. Right here, you were high and curving, you fell down. Here, you were high, you curved. Right here, you fell down. Most of, 90%, 80% of the time, when the 1 hour stochastics are curving above the dotted line, you're going to get a bit of a pullback. So I don't like what I'm seeing right here. Probability as that we're going to get a bit of a pullback. That's just what the probability says. That's just what we're seeing. All right. None be told. So that's kind of what we're looking at here to begin with. Now, overbought on the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin is struggling for sure. We are struggling. This is kind of what we see happening. So, hold on. Got to get the music moving better here. There you go. So look, let's break it down. Now, one thing that could be looked at that I did project that we could keep in the back of our minds, is this a shoulder head? Do we make like a drunken inverted head and shoulder that breaks to the upside? I've seen it a few hundred times in my life. I've seen something like this play out, so it could. It could, you know. The more you see price action, the more you can project about price action. It's the beauty of doing something every single day, right? So take a look. We'll delete this. So we wanted to see this flag break out. The 15-minute got overbought. That's all it gave us, and it retraced. So we got this tiny little nothing pump. And now what's sad about this is you have a clear resistance here for Bitcoin because you had a bounce of support. That's now resistance, 22,800. It's all about the 8. So 22,800 is going to be a level that we must get back above. When I go through this is now starting to me to look more like a bear flag. See these? Rising wedge bear flags. All right. If you flip it upside down, it looks just like a bull flag the other way. See? That breaks out like we were looking at this morning. These do break down 68% of the time. This is likely to break down. Also, what I'll show you here, bit of a shoulder, a head and a shoulder, hard to see there, but you got a bit of a head and shoulder there. Drop you to the downside. I don't like what I'm seeing. Bit of a double top as well, right? With this resistance area here too. Local resistance for the 15 at 22,764. So, if I had to make a call today, it would say that Bitcoin's likely to drop further down to 22,350. All right? That's just what I see happening. 15-minute could save us for one more bounce to the top. Like we could come back up here, right? We might get a bounce, but right now it's looking bearish to me on the 1 hour time frame for a rollover to the downside on this Thursday. And we've had a wonderful run, everybody. We've had a wonderful run. Also, we lost a point of control. If you've been watching me for a long time or for the last few days, I've been going over the same concept over and over again. And it's this idea that we have a gap in the VRVP here. You know, once we lose this chunky area, which we are losing, we're likely to come to here, 22,000, and then we're likely to bounce all the way down to my green box here, the green zone. That's our next high volume node. That's our next big area of liquidity, all right? This would be solidified as a higher low in the trend. This would be a low, high, higher high. We want to put in a higher low. Bitcoin wants a higher low. We want to find out where that low is going to be. It's been toying with this Bart Simpson idea for a long time. I can clearly say now we even broke this. I mean, if you wanted to play the idea that we were holding this zone, we definitely did. And we bearishly retested it there and dropped to the downside as well inside of the channel. Okay? So this is kind of what I see happening for Bitcoin. A drop today is most likely. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's just most likely, right? So, it's kind of just what we're looking at. So, and that's it. I mean, that's my analysis. Tempting a short squeeze, unless we get some type of crazy short squeeze on BOOKMAP here. This is BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below if you want to jump on in to BOOKMAP. All right. What BOOKMAP is it's showing heat like a infrared detector, right? And when there's more people buying, there's more red, right? So you want to see a lot of red in an area that you want to go in. So if you wanted to make a long, you'd want to see like a bunch of red here and a bunch of red here. Basically let you know that there's an idea that you can get to the upside. You can also shrink this and look. You can see there's about the same amount of sellers and buyers, a little more buyers in this glob. See how this glob is just bigger than that blob? They're pretty close. A little more sellers at the very top, though, like right at the close proximity of price action. We do have more sellers, a little smaller here, right, in variable length. But so let's move in now. And so you can see there's clearly more orders down here to 22,006 than there are kind of up here. It's redder down here, suggesting that we kind of start to go a little lower. However, I've seen this short squeeze out of nowhere. So this does not mean we can predict price action exactly. It just is a tool that helps us in what we're looking at. But for instance, if in a little while I see a big red order down here come in, it's going to kind of solidify the area that I'm looking at on my 1 hour time frame. All right. Is there any bullishness for Bitcoin? All right. I'm bearish today. Is there any bullishness for Bitcoin? Well, one thing is that we bottomed here. We bounced here on a wick. We bounced here on a wick. That's a possible giant double bottom. All right. However, that was a double bottom that got negated. We could have continued to the upside there on this double bottom. We did not. We got rejected by 23,500 and began to drop to the downside. Okay. So our saving grace here is that we've wicked to this area 3 times and we haven't broken it. Do we hold 22,360 is the question. Right now, it suggests that the 1 hour comes back down for pain. All right. What's our bullish scenario? Well, I've seen happen is the 4 hour could begin to move. It could rumble up. All right? We're going to know by watching the small time frames whether we break through support and resistance, just so you know. Because you're like, well, you give me two signals. How do you know which one? You watch support and resistance on the smaller time frames, and they give you the confirmation of your next idea. So look, the 4-hour time frame could definitely muscle up here, and it could blast the 1 hour, and we could just kind of start to make a move. And this is a broadening falling wedge that is a bullish pattern. This can break up to the measured move of 24,496. Just keep that on your radar. However, we would have to get back above 22,800, and we'd have to get back above this point of control at 23K. Those two things would have to happen. Small time frames will do that first, and we'll get the confirmation. So, great idea would do the retest here. If we retest this area, that's a money long to the upside. We retest this point of control, that's going to be the place to long. That's going to be a beautiful support system to long. All right? So, to me, I'm waiting on that long. If we get it, no guarantees that we will. All right. Right now, the probability is more that we break to the downside. Why is the probability that way? Because the oscillators have oscillated up. They've had 8 hours to oscillate up, and they couldn't break a previous high. See, I watched the stochastics go up, go down, go up, go down. When the stochastics come all the way back up, they go to their dotted line. They start to hit their maximum point of momentum, and you don't break a previous high, you have yourself a bit of a problem, right? You got yourself a bit of an issue. So that's kind of the crux of today. If Bitcoin can't break back above 22,800, expect more downside. If you don't get a daily or a 4-hour, listen to this, write this down. If you don't get a daily or a 4-hour candle, all right, to close above 23,800, expect more downside. Look at BOOKMAP now. We did say there was more liquidity to the downside. Look, we are starting to drop down. We're liquidating the longs now. Longs are getting liquidated, all right? See how this began to show us where the order book wanted to go. The order book will get thinner on a Thursday. Things will start to thin out. Volume will dry up a little bit into tonight and into Friday afternoon. So just remind yourself of that too. If you're leverage trading, best time to leverage trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday is a horrible day to leverage trade due to lack of liquidity and volume. Higher likely you will get liquidated almost every single Friday. No guarantees. You'd have to play the position right, but so we'll see what happens. Bitcoin could go, at the same time, Bitcoin could very well go sideways here and pump to the upside. I mean, this isn't a broadening falling wedge technically too. See that? It's like in the two of the same patterns in a row, this one and this one. Pretty nasty pattern though. Come down to the bottom and bounce, or can we double bottom here? Or can we begin to move on out? Do we get that right shoulder of the inverted drunken head and shoulder is the question. Only time will tell, everybody. Only time will tell. All right. What am I doing? I'm still trading alts. There's some alts that are still hot to this day. I'm going to go over some alts that popped, but today is Bitcoin's day, baby. And there we have it. I mean, Bitcoin attempting to break this level. Drop it to the downside here. And my measured move for Bitcoin is 22,335. The 1 hour suggests that we will get that dump, but only time will tell. 15-minute has reset, which is giving us some bit of hope here. And we are above, look, resistance. We broke above it. We could use 22,600 as a support zone to begin to build. All right? To begin to build. So that's kind of my sauce for the day. I see the 15-minute hopefully getting a bit of a bounce because we're very oversold. But that could be the bearish retest, and then we drop. So I'd be looking for the 15-minute to create a bearish retest of this point of control, and the 1 hour to continue us down to the measured move at 23,335. High likelihood of that happening. That's the probability of the day. No guarantees, but that's the probability, everybody. And we'll go from there. We'll take a look at the DXY to see if that kind of, buddies up to the idea or shows us what's happening. So DXY, let's break it down. It had a huge resistance zone here for a long time. Huge resistance. All right? And now, when we look at it closely, okay, it's about to get a golden cross on the daily, on the 4 hour time frame. I don't like, that's not a great sign, right? What I wanted to see was an M pattern here on the 4 hour time frame. So far, it couldn't even get back above this resistance at 103.46, but it's still inside the flag and double bottoming. So let's take a look here. Dollar dropped, and it's funny, the dollar dropped with Bitcoin. They dropped together today. interesting change of events to see the dollar and Bitcoin drop. They happen. Every once in a while, they will do the same move on the same day. Every once in a while, they will correlate. Every once in a while, it happens. I've seen it 5 or 6 times on and off in the last year and a half. So it happens. It's not unheard of, but it is, it kind of sucks. We would have liked a nice Bitcoin pump out of that to the upside, right? So we're watching this flag on the 4-hour. It's oversold, and you have a support for the dollar at 102.60. And you're about to get a golden cross. Not the best sign. However, let's look at their bigger time frames. 22 wants to dump on you. Daily says enough is enough. Daily says, hey, I'm making a high. I made a low. I made a lower high. That's a lower high in the trend. I believe that you're going to see a nasty dump of the dollar here on the daily time frame. Maybe hangs out a little bit and then for a lower low. So I'm looking for the dollar to make a lower low on the daily time frame based off not being able to get above this resistance at 103.80. Okay? But the 4-hour will have to kind of corroborate the story with us too. So let's break down the 1-hour time frame. It's oversold. Wants to get a bit of a bounce here. So this is Bitcoin's kind of folly. So do we get a bounce on the 1-hour? Bitcoin drops even more, possibly. We get that move that I showed on Bitcoin on the 1-hour. And then we get a resistance here, and we start to drop to the downside. If we get above here and start to break out, that's going to channel the 4-hour to the upside. So the 1-hour at the end of today, we want to know by 8 o'clock tonight, we want to see this daily candle close below 102.99. Yeah, we want to see the daily candle close below 103. We get a daily candle close above 103. That means we're up in this area and we've broken a resistance point. So we'll watch this closely for the dollar. This tells a lot of what's going to happen into the next week and into the weekend too as well. So we'll watch this closely. I'd like to see this basically make a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder and make a move to the downside. That's what would make me spicy. That would, make me happy. Shout out to the 799 beautiful people on the live. 241 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it, baby. Let's go! Stay motivated. Stay ready to rock. Let me get a big sip of this lemon water and get energized and get it going, baby. Let's talk about the gains we made last night in the trading group. This I put out a long time ago. It was Meta Apes in this, cup and handle. It would never go lower than that support zone. Bounce, 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 and then it would blast for 80%. Took a while. Last night, I was getting a little wild and crazy. Look at this. Last night, let me show you what I did. I saw this like this, and I drew this. I drew this cup and handle, and I was like, man, this thing looks like it could blast out of a cup and handle to the upside for 53% gains. And then lo and behold, I woke up the next morning, and this thing blasted for a nice, and it's still holding 42% gains. Sammy Cup and Hattie to the upside. And I actually was brainstorming here a little bit, and that's why, man, it doesn't matter if other people don't see what you see. I saw the cup and handle. I saw the rising wedge. I saw the idea that we had resistance, support, SR flipping. It looked good to me fundamentally. Low stochastics, 1-hour time frame. Here we go, baby! Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. And this thing would take off to the upside. Shout out to anyone that got into high MAYC for gains of 42%. I did post this in the 99 because I was just playing around. Every once in a while I like to hang on the 99 like everybody else and just kick it. All right. Patience in trading is the key. Yep. Boom. Low cap, whole viewable, buy order. Oh, wow. You're crazy. All right, so hi, MAYC. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on in. Bang, bang, bang. So look. That was a big move there for high MAYC. Let's take a look at what else we're seeing on the charts. There was another gain here. OPC went up a little bit. Lido Dow was my kind of little chip winner here the last few days. It jumped out of the pattern and began that cup and handle that we're looking at. Went to a gain of 32%.
got a pullback of about 9%, but it was up 32% this morning. The Bitcoin pullback took a lot of wind out of the sails around, or I guess even 12 o'clock last night, and then throughout the last night, this pulled back. But Lido DAO. Why is Lido DAO hot? Lido DAO has got news. You can, they're expanding their staking protocol for Ethereum. A lot of people are going to start sending their ETH to Lido DAO, and they're going to, or to Lido Finance, Lido Finance. And they're going to be starting to stake there. So I think that's going to create a frenzy for Lido. It made a higher high here. We just need that higher low off the point of control, and this thing could make bacon on the beach. I like what I'm looking at for LDO. All right. Let's take a look here at LDO. It's overbought on the 22-hour time frame. Needs to curve on down. But as long as it kind of stays in the zone, like it can go up or down, as long as it kind of channels in here and doesn't lose 192, I mean, this thing could get bacon on the beach and go all the way up to about $4 on the radar. Let's take a VRA was hot, one of the hotter coins in the last few days. It's been hot, though. You think it would get a little bit of a pullback eventually. So let's take a look at what happened to VRA. So VRA would pop on a wick, right? That little channel would move 13%. But 84% was our total. We didn't get to the target, but we got pretty dang close. 74% for VRA out of this channel to the upside. So shout out to anyone that did jump into VRA. Let me take a look at it now. I'm just going to delete my old work and take a look. I mean, you got some crazy wick action. You're high on the 22. For me, I would have to wait for this to pull back, 22-hour price action, usually you're going to have to touch the 21-day moving average until you can go up to price again. 21-day moving average until you can go up to price again. And this is coming down to an oversold region. So, bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Look, we lost people because I wasn't on. It's so funny. Please send in your super chats for TA a deep dive. Pretty new here in trading in general. Learning a ton and even made a few gains. Shout out to David Mayo. Hey, God bless you, brother. Are you from Canada, possibly, with an X at the end? Or from France? We don't know. Maybe you're from America. Just kind of looking at my cultural awareness. CNC Ireland, shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate you. Watchers, 820. Likes, 237. Pay the man. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Weird that we lost 100 people out of nowhere. I have no idea why. I think it's because I didn't have the camera up. They thought they were watching somebody else. They were like, where is the lifer? Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your... Everybody in Quahog loves me. My name's Peter Griffin. I do the best Peter Griffin impersonation you ever heard. I could be on the show. If they lost a guy, I could redo the voice. You'd never know. Quahog's my favorite town. When I watch crypto, I watch the Crypto Lifer. And I even watch BitBoy sometimes, too. He makes me laugh. I love you, BitBoy. FETBTC, if you have a minute, brother, God bless. P.S. I got my first 5X over the weekend. Thank you. Shout out to T Money for 5Xing. Shout out to the 777s for my man CLX. Was scanning and saw Cream. Thoughts? We'll take a look at Cream. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the $7.77 in chat revenue. Thank you for the $5. God bless everybody here on the live. $12.77. So we're watching VRA cool off. Needs to touch that 21-day moving average, in my humble opinion. I put alerts down here and wait for that to cool off. Oh, come on. What was that? How did that happen? How did that happen? How did that happen that fast? Like, that's insane. It never happened to me. I look like a newbie now. How did that happen that fast? Jeez Louise. Almost had a heart attack over here. I couldn't take it. I was like, hey, what's going on with my colors? I ain't trying to be in daylight over here. So yeah, not huge gains. Not like we took everything. And Primal. Primal's been on my radar. I had Primal in this cup and handle, showed support. Primal would bang for 82% gains, still holding gains of 53%. Unbelievable. 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 And NRFB getting a little bit of a move, a low, buying on the lows. Hey, some people are trying to make a, hold it for 2 to 3 weeks, 6 weeks, see what can happen. You never know. You never know. HIPENGUINS continues to move, and moon, baby, moon. HIPENGUINS just up. HIAZUKA. This thing looks like it could make some bacon on the beach. Look at the 22-hour time frame for HIAZUKA. It also just broke out like recently. Look at that. It just, it's just getting started on the 22. I'd be looking for a flag in a smaller time frame. These coins pump. They don't really care. They do whatever they want. They do whatever they want. Look, weird. Wait, this is strange. Now I don't have my gradients. That's so weird. Everyone notice that? Like, my chart ain't the same as it used to be. Like, my gradients aren't there anymore. So strange. What are you doing to me, TradingView? What are you doing to me? My chart ain't the same. Like, my gradients is gone. I'm looking at MNET. I'm nice enough to show you MNET here on the 22-hour time frame, getting very tight on the moving averages. Okay? 4-hour also very, 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 very oversold. You're juicing up. Sideways. No one seems to want to sell this thing. It's just going sideways. So, point of control. It gets above that. This thing could fly. I wouldn't be surprised if MNET banged for 85%. We've played this many times. 100% gain, 180%. Like, this thing just bangs. We banged it. We hit it there. I just been trading it many times, and MNET has come through. No guarantees that it will, but I got MNET on the radar for sure. MNET on the radar for sure. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for coming on in. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream, baby. Thank you for jumping on into the live stream. Appreciate you all for being here. Bringing the energy up and keeping it going. No channel will give you more information. Show you live trades happening as they show up. Show you ideas on the 7-minute that you can scalp. Show you what's happening with BOOKMAP. Get the liquidity. We live deep dive Bitcoin as it's happening. We find the actual bottoms of coins as they're actually dropping on the 1-minute chart. We've done crazy things with the Federal Reserve while we watch Bitcoin. This is the place to be to watch live trading, to understand how to create patterns, and to get yourself to the next level. We can do it for you. We can get you to the next level. We can push you to the limit. I'm telling you right now, we could push you to the limit. This is so strange that I right-clicked something and lost my gradients. I right-clicked and lost my gradients and got so weird that it would do that. So weird that it would do that. So weird. I'll just reset them, but it's just strange. Hit the settings. What you do is you go to the grid lines. I turn them black. So I should even see grid lines right now. It is on gradient, and it's not on my gray. So weird. Horizontal grid lines are black. Vertical grid lines are black. I shouldn't see them. There, they're gone. Or you can kind of see them. They're like black now. It's weird, though. Anyway. So strange. How did I right-click something and my whole thing changed? It's so weird. Anyway. Let's take a look at Fetch, BTC. Let's take a look at Cream. So DXY, we already kind of got a handle on that. Let's take a look at the ES1, S&P futures. And S&P should be kind of pumping with the dollar giving us a bit trouble. So 22-hour for the S&P looks really good. It's reset, and we didn't dump. It's a good sign, right? As you've been seeing, we've been tracking this giant downward flag, kind of what Bitcoin's in now too, which is a broadening falling wedge. Okay, we broke out of the top of it. We got above a resistance. So I just want you to see the big picture because now we're going to zoom in here. And you can see we have a resistance right there that has to be broken at 43.59 until we get to our next level at 46.52. So let's deep dive the area. Let's take a look. Let's break it down. What we're looking at here closely, right, is whether the ES1 can get back above and out of this channel that it's in. I see that it's in this like symmetrical triangle, kind of a bull pennant, in my humble opinion. Not too shabby. And then the bigger channel here too, right? This channel that I'm kind of using is both the bottom of the triangle and the top, but I guess you have this bottom here. So you have this pattern. You have this pattern in here inside of this rising wedge. Now, rising wedges do break down 68% of the time. However, we reset on the 22-hour. We have lack of bearish momentum, and things are looking up somewhat for the S&P, all right? I'm going to take away, these are measured moves of that bigger triangle. That cup and handle has played out and hit the target. If you didn't know, we drew a cup and handle here back in the day. Seems like a long time ago, but we drew this cup. We drew this handle, and we called the pump for the S&P for the measured move of the cup and handle, and boy, did we hit that cup and handle. Even, look, there it is, target hit. Cup and handle for the S&P. Pretty amazing. That's basically where we went. Cup and handle got us again, showed us exactly what to do. If you know where the cup and handle is, you know how to find it, you can identify it, you can use it to get gains. Almost every single time, baby. Almost every single time. So, super excited for that. Pretty awesome. So we got that cup and I don't know how many times I've hit a cup and handle, thousands of times. That's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside, baby. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside, because we hit cup and handles almost all the time on every asset throughout the world, from Tesla to ES1, heck, to every little MIDI coin, you name it, we found the cup and handle. So look, measured move, length of the base of the triangle, base of the pole. Actually, I'll take it all the way to that wick. And that's going to give me to my next resistance point, 43.60, 43.55, right? 43, so can we get this move? This would be really nice for at least the regular markets. I'm not saying we're 100% correlated yet. For Bitcoin, we could do our own thing now, but this would be good. More money goes into the regular markets, more money can pour into crypto. And look, previous resistance there on a wick. Bounce. Bit of a double bottom there too. So the 22-hour looking bullish for the S&P. 4-hour also looking like it can just create this good consolidation. Come down one more time, hit the bottom of the pattern, and we can blast to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for the 22 and the 4-hour for the S&P futures. If you're trading regular markets, looks like you may have a good Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Looks like we may get a bit of a pump into next week for the S&P futures. So things looking okay. On the radar for the S&P futures. Total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. Definitely want to check on it when you can and take a look. Let's take a look at total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. This is weird. What are you doing to me today? What are you doing to me today, TradingView? You took away my Alt V. Yeah, it's back. Alt V's back, baby. Alt V's back today. Oh my God. What the heck are they doing to me? I still can't believe my gradients aren't the same. I mean, my charts aren't the same. They were the same for years. Total market cap in a symmetrical triangle. 50-50 shot either way. This is what it is. All right? You can go this way. You hit control. You can pull this right off. So you're either going up to a market cap of $1.1 trillion, or you're going down and losing that to $940 billion. This is a rising wedge. Technically, look at that. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. We do see this angle inside. I am looking at this as a bit of a symmetrical triangle. I do see this head, this shoulder. This is a bigger head. That could be a right shoulder. That can be a head and shoulder pattern. They don't have to be cookie cutter. They can be messy and ugly and weird, but that's a head and shoulder pattern we must heed. Okay. 22 hours got indecision at the bottom. Daily wants to pump. We do still see that bearish divergence, but it is also hidden bullish. So we've got some mixed signals for the total market cap. Doing better than Bitcoin, though, if you look at it. You have your high. You're bouncing off this point of control, holding a strong point of control. So the total market cap could actually be what helps Bitcoin stay above water, because it's looking more bullish than Bitcoin, which is interesting, right? Why am I saying that? Well, it's above a point of control. Bitcoin has dropped into the gap area here. Bitcoin's down in here, about to fall through the gap. Total market cap's not doing that. It's interesting to me. Total market cap is not doing that. 1 hour still has some legs, but it is overbought. We do have this head and shoulder we have to contend with. If we lose this point of control, right, that's going to be the sign to short the entire market, right? This is the entire market cap of every single cryptocurrency combined, okay? Shout out to the 1,000 people on the live stream. 1,000 people on the live, baby. 1,000 people on the live stream. Yeah, baby. 381 likes when 1,000 people on the live. Let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going. 1,000 people on the live. We did it, baby. We did it. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. So look, we got to stay above this point of control. We want this double bottom to save our butt, really, right? We need this 1 hour not to dump on us somehow. We need it to pump to the top of the pattern up in here. So when it resets, we reset to the bottom of the pattern. That's going to be time to load up, because then you're going to have a low 1 hour, a low 4 hour, a low 22, and a low daily. And my goodness, this could create a massive pump to the upside. This head and shoulder just could be a fake out to get the bears a little too excited. So I'm watching it one step at a time, one day at a time, and I'm going to play it lightly. So check it out. I would like to see today the 1 hour get a short squeeze somehow, some way to the upside, right? That's what I'm looking at. That's what we would like, all right? Need I dare use Bookmap Cam ever again? Probably not. If I do it, I'm a bold man. I'm a bold man with 1,000 people on the live. Take a look here. This is Bookmap. I do get a commission from Bookmap. You will not get it any less expensive than you can get it through me. It's showing that there's another big order down here. They want to fill 22,004, 22,450. They got a fat order of Bitcoin, 600 Bitcoins here, 228 Bitcoins at 22,500. So fat orders here that want to be filled also suggest that we may go lower for Bitcoin. All right? Unless we can get some short squeeze liquidations up into this area as we're holding 22,600. Remove BOOKMAP. I'm going to say that out loud every time now. Remove BOOKMAP. All right, so amazing times to be alive. So this is the total market cap. This is kind of what we're looking at, all right? Send in your TA for deep dive. Like, I'll go over any coin you want. We'll talk about it. We'll look at the market cap. I'll teach you how to kind of look at the tokenomics of the coin. We'll break it down. We'll teach you so much here on this channel. We'll teach you DeFi. We'll teach you how to trade. We will teach you the education you need every single day to succeed trading cryptocurrency. And check it out. Lifer Vision Trading Course for $99. Jump into the course today. For $99, spend about 2.5 hours with me every Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. I also teach class the last Saturday of every month, but it won't be taught until, I think I did it. Yeah, no, I think it will become at the end of February. We will teach class. Yeah, at the end of this month. If you can't make a weekday, the last Saturday of every month, we got you, baby. We got you. Okay, so that's what we see. So my prediction is Bitcoin's going to go down for the day, right? That was my projection. No guarantees. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do not know where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm just showing the probabilities of the indicators that I use, and they've been pretty dang accurate for a while. So, hey, we'll take it from there, right? We'll take it from there. So total market cap, we go over it all the time. If we can hold this trend line, then we can make bacon on the beach, and we can see ourselves at 1.1 trillion. We lose this trend line. We attempt to hit this point of control. We'll find ourselves back down at $942 billion. Not the worst thing in the world. Could be a really great place to load up at this next resistance, at this next support point. So, hey, I'm waiting to buy one more whole Bitcoin, and that may be the entry there for me. Would you mind looking at Band Protocol? Thanks, Lifer. Always love to the stream, and God bless. God bless you. Thank you for tuning. We got Cream. We got Band Protocol. We got Fetch BTC. Let's jump on in to the Super Chats and MNET on my radar. And I also give you trades that I see that are likely to play out based on my indicators and oscillators. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I just am nice enough to show you things that I'm looking at. Like I saw Swash, right, a few weeks back, and I saw that it had this shoulder, this head, and this shoulder. I saw it making this rising wedge. Now, it did do a scam wick, but this thing would plow to the target and more for 77.77%, 77.7, the 777s. MATIC's been on a tear, right? We had it in this little, kind of making a little bit of a flag. It would pop out for, a slight bit of gains here. 8%. MATIC's in a very high rising wedge now. It's been pushed to the upside. What we want to see MATIC do is consolidate above a resistance point. So we're moving this here. It could easily dump to the downside. We want to see if it can consolidate like Bitcoin and stay above 125 for MATIC. Let's see how overbought it is in the 22-hour time frame. A little too high for me. It did get above this resistance too. That is key, that it got above 125. MATIC just needs to hold 125, and this thing could continue to the upside on a bit of a tear. Whenever I look at a chart, so strange that all my charts changed today. I clicked one button and everything changed on TradingView. I find it really weird. I've been using it for 10 years and never did that. Guess you never know. So you got this ascending triangle for MATIC. This is what you're looking at. You got the support zone that you broke through. You got this support zone. You're barely holding it though, right? And you kind of wicked up fast. Daily has a little bit of legs. 3-day chart cooked. That's the thing. The whole market, the 3-day, the 4-day, the 5-day, a lot of these coins don't look too good. You know what I mean? 10-day chart like these, all these. Now, in huge anomaly, when we get huge like an anomaly pump, they can get pinned and they can actually kind of like go sideways as we pump up and then they can reset. I've seen it happen, but there's no guarantees. All right? I've seen it happen, but there's no guarantees. All right? So we're looking at MATIC at this resistance point. We're looking at MATIC at this resistance point. Can it get back above the zone? The retest here would be beautiful at 138. It may come down and retest the top one more time. All right? MATIC on my radar, a little overbought on the daily time frame, though. All right? Let's take a look at FETBTC. Now, I went over this the other day. It's on KuCoin, Binance, other places. This thing was the trade of trades. I put it out on the daily time frame. I loved it. It looked really beautiful. Oversold on the stochastics RSI. Lack of bearish momentum. Falling volume with falling price. It was in a flag. Looked beautiful. We put it out here in this initial flag. It pumped. Then it pumped again. FETBTC. And it made a lot of money, a lot of Bitcoin off of the Bitcoin, right? So I saw the daily overbought. Whenever the daily's overbought, my moving averages are far apart, and the 21 is far away from price action, I wait. So we're waiting for price action to consolidate here. Nicer. Time to sell. You got tweezer tops on the daily. Time to get out, right? So tweezer tops on the daily. The smaller time frames had a bearish divergence swinging up to the upside, but you had a downside on the RSI. Bearish divergence will tell you it's time to get out of the trade. It is what it is. So when you identify a bearish div after a huge pump, it's time to take some profits. That's what I do. You do whatever makes you happy. Some people were considering maybe this flag on FET could pump on the 1 hour time frame. Just remember, you got a lot going on the bigger time frames. I wouldn't be surprised if you did get a bump, but it might make an M, blah, blah, blah. And you won't see all this inside of the bigger candles on like a daily or 22. This will all happen inside of a candle. So right now you're overbought on the daily. You're far away from the 21. That is going to have to reset, in my humble opinion. I could be 100% wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But I've traded this many, many times, and I've backtested this for years and years and years. 90% of the assets that I've backtested do not pump when they're far away from the 21. They have to reconnect to the 21-day moving average in order to go up again. So check that out. Everybody, I'm going to be on Sin City Crypto today. I'm going to be on Sin City Crypto. Check it out. 1:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Pacific. I always say specific now, right? But Sin City Crypto, check them out. Let's take a look at Sin City Crypto here. I'll be on their channel today. All right, they do great content. I love hanging out with Robin and Dave. Have a blast every single time we kick it with them. I'll forever have a good time. Cassius Cuvée, I met Cassius in Miami. Good dude, really nice guy. Funny year wrap up. But they go live every day, And they were live yesterday, the day before. They're pounding the pavement. They're doing it. They're building a channel, slowly but surely, getting it in. It takes time, so give them some love. Hit them with a subscription. Watch me on their channel today. We're going to have an absolute blast. I can't wait to be with Robin and Dave today at 1:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Pacific. All the way, I'll be in my studio. They'll be in theirs, but they come from Las Vegas, baby. They have a beautiful studio, too. They're taking it professionally. Their studio's $100,000. Like, for me, maybe it was like 70, 80 grand, but to me, it looked like a $100,000 studio. It was top notch. They don't play games. These are guys that you want to get to know. These are people that you want to have on your radar. Sin City Crypto, grinding every single day for cryptocurrency. Can't wait to be on the show later. God bless you, Rob and Dave, man. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation to be on the show. So awesome. So that's FETBTC. It has to cool off. It's got to cool off before it can make another move. Maybe it can be going parabolic. Step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and 5 before the blow off top. I believe it's getting ready for a blow off top, parabolic city. Fetch will bang out. I just want to wait for it to come here, test the parabola, and get a blast to the upside one more time. FETBTC. How to grow Bitcoin out of Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin pair trader. So look, if you go here and you type in BTC pairs, and you can see every single trade going on here. PDEX is up 19% on Bitcoin today. Chi is up 10% on a Bitcoin. Nulls is up 8%. What you do is you buy Bitcoin, and what's awesome about it is then you're not in a banking asset. So if the banks go insolvent, if they do bail-ins, if they just go nuts, if something happens horribly wrong, you got Bitcoin. You own Bitcoin, right? Now it is on the exchange. This is so annoying that they keep doing this to me. Like they're covering my screen with that. I don't want to see that. Anyway, BTC pairs will change your life. Make sure you get your BTC pair list and your USDT list. If you don't have the list, you're going to be missing out. Neo gas pumped for 140% out of nowhere. Unbelievable. Pocket Network, another lover of mine. I like this little Pocket Network. Is pumping on the daily time frame. Look at that giant double bottom. Tiny little move there. But Pocket Network eventually would break out of the falling wedge to the upside. Pocket Network, not an amazing day compared to like some of our bigger trading days. A little flatter on this Thursday. A little fear in the market, right? Primal was basically our kind of big winner of the day, up 80% and subdued a little bit. Let's take a look at Cream. I traded Cream a few times back in the day. I remember Cream. Interesting. Cream on the daily is consolidating very, very nicely. I see what you see, right? This is what I love it. I train people, they learn, then they come to the show and they start showing us stuff that they see. So what happens is this show becomes a bunch of educated people hanging out together. And it just really changes the dynamic of the show. And it really changes the dynamic of the trading group, and it helps all of us become more valuable to each other. Everyone is an asset to the next person, and that's the key. Lifers are assets to other lifers, so the more lifers we stack on top of each other, we're like Voltron, right? We just get stronger and stronger and stronger. I see a golden cross coming here. Let's take a look at our 22. Our 22 just had a golden cross. It's struggling, but going sideways. I could see a move here coming out of cream. I like what you're seeing. I'm picking up what you're putting down, my friend. I'm picking up what you're putting down. 33.77. Look at that. 33.77. So weird. Those are the two numbers that have been following me around everywhere. I just randomly put that up. 33.77% gains. You figure that one out. I have no idea how that happened. Unbelievable. And look, 23.77 on the stop loss. But look, the stop loss would be like, 1 to 2. You got to bounce here. You got to bounce there. You got the 200-day moving average. I love that I can be 2 supports away, a point of control, and the 200 away from the entry. Cream's looking possible for a big move to me. Let's take a look at our 4-hour just to see what's cooking. 4-hour has gasolina. 1 hour needs to cool off, so I'd wait for the 1 hour to cool off before I enter these trades, or I would just enter the trade on the 22-hour with a deep enough stop loss and not look at any other time frame. I'm teaching a lot of my students, to look at multiple time frames, and what they do is they'll look at the 22, but then they'll ruin a trade because the 7-minute look like it's coming down. So when I want to kind of put out an announcement to all my traders, everyone in the trading group, when you're trading a bigger time frame, you can enter on smaller time frames, but once you're in on the bigger time frame, let the bigger time frame play out. Don't be staring at the 7 and the 15 and the 1 hour when you're in the 22, because it will throw you off. You will see the 1 hour starting to dump, and you'll be like, should I get out of the trade? And it might dump to here, it might dump to there, but it won't stop you out. So what I do is I put a nice stop loss on the time frame that I'm on. A big, usually if I am trading a bigger time frame, the stop loss is a little bigger. So I'm more pinpoint accurate when I'm trading the smaller time frames and using my multiple time lane system. But I also can just choose one time frame and just get into the trade. I can do both. You got to be able to know when to turn it on to be super specific and when to kind of pull back and just let that bigger time frame play out. That's something I almost haven't said a lot, because in the bear market, you need to use multiple small time frames, in and out, in and out, in and out. I was explaining during the bear market, it's like running through a firing squad. They're trying to pick you off, and there's just not that many people running through the field. They can see you way easier and take you out of the game, right? I compare trading to being like running across, basically, the army doesn't want you to get across this field, and you have to run across it, and they're going to shoot at you. That's how I look at trading. You got to run across the field, and there's like a bag of gold in the middle. You got to run across the field, grab the bag of gold, and keep running and get it to the other side before you get taken out. That's kind of how trading, if you think about trading like that, you'd be far more tactical, right? So I make trading like I'm in, I'm out. I'm always trying to make a move. That's how I look at trading, right? So the idea behind, I want as many protection as I can not to get hit. So like my stop loss here, key insight, when making a stop loss, some of the best things you can do, can you get a point of control between your entry and your stop loss? Right there we have it. That's a really good check. Boom, right? Can you get the 200 SMA? Likely in a projection idea, like if it projects a little more and price action kept going, would you be in between price action and the 200 SMA? This one has the check too. So this has a lot of the cool little bells and whistles from my risk management. Whenever a trade has these support, this area of support for the stop loss, it gives me a higher probability of a win rate. Okay? So I like what I'm seeing here for Cream. God bless you. See, not everything that I go over even comes from me. And this even makes it to the trading group. People look at this. So, hey, God bless you, man. Thank you for giving us Cream. And thank you for the super chat. Like, super chatting 777s. And then it went to 7 here. Is there a sign? What is Cream doing? Cream on the radar. All right. That's bullish consolidation. When you consolidate, what is consolidation? Well, think about it. When you consolidate, you put something tight into a package, right? Or you bring more tight. So when we talk about consolidation in trading, we're talking about, like, look, price is here, then it comes all the way down. That's a range. It's ranging, right? But now it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Now the area that it's moving is in a very tight range. It has consolidated its range. It has decided not to go above here and not below there. It's getting tighter and tighter. We know a big move is coming when price action consolidates. All right. Now, there's no guarantees. I've seen something consolidate for a month. I've seen something consolidate, for a couple of weeks. But the likelihood is that you're going to get a bit of a move to the upside over time. Now, if Bitcoin dumps, this will dump too, in my humble opinion. Maybe not. It could be small enough of a coin to get a move, but anything is possible. So just be careful and understand what bullish consolidation is. Use it to your advantage. Okay. And remember, don't get too caught up in the smaller time frames when you position yourself properly at a support or resistance on a bigger time frame. All right? Don't do it. Don't get yourself caught in the game. We take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP, 4,000 right there, getting liquidated on the longs. So we did just dip down to the lower liquidity. We did say that the liquidity looked like we were going lower, did we not, when we started the live stream? I started the live stream. I was bearish from the very beginning of the live. And BOOKMAP is off screen. I'm going to say that out loud every time. I have to say BOOKMAP is off screen, and then it will happen. Done. I've solved the problem. It's over now. All right. A lot of these coins had crazy run-ups too for the last few weeks. You think it was going to be green forever? Just wasn't going to happen. Let's take a look at the short for Bitcoin. And what I like about the short token for Bitcoin that you can't do if you're just shorting Bitcoin is this has bullish sentiment. So when you're shorting Bitcoin, you only get to look at the Bitcoin chart, nothing else, right? And that's it. This you can see. So last night or yesterday on the live stream, we went over this. And I showed you that it had a shoulder, a head and a shoulder. I showed you that it had a rising wedge, kind of a cup. Look, there's a Sabby cup and heady in a way here. Sabby cup and heady to the upside. So, Steve Curry from downtown. So look, there you got the cup. There you got the flag, okay? And this thing would blast out of the cup and handle to the upside. If I just traded every cup and handle that I ever saw and didn't tell anyone about it, you know what I mean? Because people are like, no. But look, that broke out for massive gains yesterday. We talked about this yesterday. I went over it on the live. I said, if Bitcoin falls out of this channel, you're going to get a pump to the upside here, right? Now it's in a flag on the 1 hour time frame, and I'm watching this flag. The flag is starting to pump. This suggests that you're going to get a 6% gain here to the upside. Already up a little bit from when I talked about at 1.45. The 1 hour does want to do damage, so let's see. My Bitcoin chart suggests that Bitcoin drops a little more, 23,300, and then 22,300. And this suggests that we get a move here on the short to the upside. So I'm watching the short on the 1 hour time frame, not looking too hot for BTC. The good sign right now is the 15-minute hit a resistance point. So we've hit resistance on the 15. We're going to have to reset. Okay? And what you want to see is this make some type of flag or pop out and kind of go sideways. Once that resets, if that happens, this short will continue to the upside on the 1 hour. Otherwise, we start to lose areas and dump, right? So we'll watch the short of the 15. That'll take about an hour and a half at the most, I believe, to play out. You can put an alert down here and wait for that alert to hit so you don't have to watch it. So that's kind of how I'm watching Bitcoin today on this move, all right? The short breaks above this resistance. It's going up to that next target at 444. Now, everything else will follow this. Like the MATIC short should follow. The USDT.3S would follow. So you can basically short anything. It should all look basically somewhat similar. Let's take a look. Maybe not. No guarantees, but dot short's actually in the tanks. But if you look at it, the 1 hour does suggest a possible move to the upside. So I guess the way I would have to look at it was it's in this rising wedge that broke out twice, fell out of it once, fell out of it twice, still a rising wedge. And can it break back up to the upside here to this measured move, right? The shorts aren't amazing, and I'll tell you why. The 4 hours are very overbought on the shorts, and they're pushing down, where I wouldn't normally want to open up a short. The 4 hours against us, so if you do scalp a short on the 1 hour, just know that the 4 hour is not in your favor 100%, and be careful. Just be careful, all right? Bitcoin's kind of playing games right now. Shorts are overbought. Morning Lifer, loving the outfit. Shout out to Jake Scrivy. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you, brother. Morning Lifer, Lifettes and Lifers. Shout out to everybody here, man. Thank you, Crypto Clown World. Love that. Hey, Lifer, haven't seen HBAR in a while in the Discord. Check it out. Low on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the day. High on the 22. Shout out to IceWolf83. Thank you for the love. And we got more super chats coming in. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Kochi, we love you, Lakochi. Thank you for your constant support, your constant positive behavior. May God bless you. We got Solana. We got Bitcoin Dominance. We got Band. We got Flux. We got XRP. We got XCH. $57 in chat revenue. This is unbelievable. Let's keep it moving. Let's get the energy up to the highest point, to the highest frequency. How do I keep the energy up like this? I work out every single day. I eat well. I drink lemon water as much as humanly possible. I haven't had a sip of alcohol since November of 2021, right? Yeah, November of 2021, and it was a half a sip of wine, and it made me gag, and I realized that alcohol is a poison. It's a poison. You know what I find really strange? You watch professional sports, right? And professional sports players, we know, take really good care of themselves. And then they promote, they said that there's going to be no crypto commercials on the Super Bowl this year. They're replacing them with alcohol commercials. My whole thing is, how do you sell alcohol during a sports event when we all know that alcohol would never help you play sports? Like, you drink 2 or 3 beers, you go play a game of basketball, good luck. I mean, some people say they do great. I would never want to work out with alcohol in my system. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how they sell alcohol during a sports event. It makes no sense to me. They also sell Doritos, Coca-Cola, and sugary things. None of these would help you become a healthy professional sports athlete. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. You think they would be promoting the things like nitrogen air or, I don't know, whatever it is, lemon water. But you know what? Lemon water is pretty much free. See? Lemon water is probably less expensive than a Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? And it's so much better for you. Research the benefits of lemon water. See why I do it. It'll blow your mind. Let's take a look at Solana. We had it tight in this channel. I had this this is a trade that so far hasn't been stopped out, but it got pretty dang close, didn't it? It got pretty dang close. So I don't hit every single trade that I post. If I did, I would be an anomaly. I would be a liar. Right? So no one hits 100% of their trades. Just know that. Nobody hits 100% of their trades. It's impossible. People that say they're 90% accurate too, I'm a little weary of that. You know what I mean? I'm a little weary of that. So my win rate right now is about 68% on all trading, right? So that's my win rate. Hands down, documented. 62, 10 wins, 6 losses, and the losses were tiny. 10 wins, 6 losses, 62%. My last 16 trades, I won 10 of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna just take a screenshot of it. You heard the screenshot, take a picture. I'll post it to the trading group just so you see. But that's my win rate, right? 60% of my trades, I'm winning 10, losing 6. If you win 62% of your trades, I'm telling you right now, you will be a very profitable trader. If 62% of the time you're taking money when you get into a trade, you're going to be a very profitable trader, okay? That's going to be a great win rate, all right? You can win with 30% win rate. You can do unbelievable. 60% is top notch. You know what I mean? So, and that takes a lot of hard work. That's a lot of hard work. I look at every trade I'm in. I plan out every single trade. I have take profits. I move my stop loss. It's a very, very systematic way to trade. It takes heavy focus. You can't just let things you can't just let things go. You got to maintain heavy focus and discipline. Focus and discipline. Focus and discipline. Focus and discipline. All right? Those are the things that are going to keep you I researched all the billionaires in the world, people that really made it, people that made something out of nothing, people that came from nothing. It was their focus and discipline that got them there. That's what it was. I don't care who they were. If you made $1 billion and they made it off of their mind with their own inventions and ideas, focus and discipline had something to do with it. I'm telling you right now, and it's the key to success. If you're lacking focus, there's no way you're going to achieve your goals or dreams. Say that again. If you're lacking focus, there's no way you're going to achieve your goals and dreams. Alcohol does not help you focus. Alcohol, if you drink it one night, you'll wake up the next morning, it'll be a little harder to focus. Your brain will not be optimal. I'm telling you right now. So look, this trade is still technically open, has not been stopped out. I actually should move that back. Yeah. Has not been stopped out right there. Stop loss is right there at about 21.45, right? And we went to a low there, and we're touching the 200 SMA. We got some bullish divergence. Sol looks bullish to me. It's been hanging out at this channel, at the top of the channel. Now, if it drops, it'll drop all the way to the bottom of the channel. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded. But, I mean, this is a bull pennant. And so far, the trade is still valid for Solana. So, yeah, nothing has really changed for this. It's been a boring trade. I'll give you that. Just sitting. There's your measured move to the upside. And so, Solana. Thank you for the super chat for Solana. Yeah, 4-hour looks good to me. 22-hour looks good to me. The daily looks like it's going to blast to the upside. I like what I'm seeing, and a golden cross is coming. As you see that this 4-hour is pushing, the 50 is pushing up towards the daily time frame. All right. Entry really is an aggressive entry right now, but it's high risk, high reward right now with what Bitcoin's doing. Last week we had far better trades going on. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, post your win rate. What's your win rate on all trading? You know? People can post all their gains. I'd rather see your win rate. I want to know your win rate. You know what I mean? I want to know your win rate. How many times do you maintain? Do you maintain? Do you maintain? Can you shred up the markets? Okay. Bitcoin dominance hit a peak high here. We want to see it come on back down. However, it's at a resistance point. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So, get rid of this little nonsense. So it's in a flag here, falling wedge flag, right? Bull flag kind of in a way. It has a support zone right here where it hit. Point of control right on it. Look at that. And then it has a support zone right below that. So it's right at a point of control at 4290. 4290 is the point of control. Yeah. And so it's at 4312. Interesting. It just got a golden cross on the daily and it's oversold. I mean, this tells me that Bitcoin dominance may be ready to go on a bit of a tear here. It also swing up to swing up, but this is kind of swinging almost soon to be flat. And that's a hidden bullish divergence too as well. That's a class B hidden bullish. That tells me that Bitcoin dominance could go on a massive tear. Bit of a cup with a handle there too as it holds the zone. It loses these zones. I mean, it drops all the way back to the bottom of the pattern and the altcoins fly, but this is interesting to me. You're oversold on both time frames. 4-hour time frame kind of could go sideways. 1 hour's dumpage. I mean, oversold, like it dumped already and it could pounce. So if we look at the daily, this giant double bottom played out, came back down for the retest, possible cup and handle in a way that it's looking. Wow. I mean, Bitcoin dominance dumps for two reasons. All right, let me explain. It dumps when the market dumps because people sell out of their altcoins for Bitcoin and dominance goes up. It also dumps, it pumps. It pumps for two reasons. It pumps when the market dumps because people sell out of altcoins into Bitcoin dominance. But eventually it should give way at one point. But I have seen Bitcoin dominance pump when altcoins go on a dump and when the market dumps a little bit. It also pumps hard when Bitcoin pumps hard and everyone FOMOs into Bitcoin, right? So look, we're going to do our juxtaposition like we do. We haven't done it in a couple days. We're going to juxtapose Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. What is this going to do for us? It's going to give us that idea, that juxtaposition. Now, I already had drawn this out, remember? And I had said it's likely that Tether dominance drops to the downside. Let's take a look at our daily on both. So look, you're very overbought. This has been amazing because this flag has maintained. This bear flag for Tether dominance has maintained. Nobody is really paying attention to this. I see everyone looking at the Bitcoin chart. Everybody looking at all these charts. No one's talking about how Tether dominance is in a bear flag. A bear flag. And Tether dominance has not been able to get above 684 in a while. Literally since, let's move my little box, since February 20th, we have not been above 684 for Bitcoin, for Tether dominance. So Tether dominance has been stagnant. People don't seem to want to be adding to their Tether bags recently. They want to add to their Bitcoin bags. This suggests that Bitcoin's about to go on a rally of rallies on the daily time frame. That dominance will drop and Bitcoin will pump, but there's no guarantees here. But I'm just playing the probabilities here. Low Stokes, high Stokes, they're juxtaposed. This is a good sign. You know, you don't want to see it the other way around. You don't want to see Tether about to pump and Bitcoin dominance about to. You don't want to see this. This is key insight here. This is going to give you the special sauce. This is going to give you what you need. This is why you come to the channel. All right? This is why we have 1,000 people on the channel right now, 1,050 people on the channel. Because they're seeing things that they know make sense. They see things that are logically hit them with common sense. And then they realize that they can become a trader, a professional trader. They realize that it's not outside of their reach. They realize that all they have to do is use focus and discipline and begin to take a deep breath and not get emotional over every single red or green candle. Look at support and resistance. Take the education. The education removes the emotion. I will help you do these things. You won't be running leverage all over the place, losing all your money. All right? You'll have a nice plan. I have a PowerPoint that I give you if you take my class. Okay? If you take my class, I have a PowerPoint that I will hook you up with. Take my class. I'm telling you, my class will change your life. It's $99. It will not hurt you. I promise you. It will not hurt you. Like, at the end of the class, I can only imagine you'll feel better about yourself than you did before. All right? I'm telling you right now. $60 if you're in the trading group. $100 if you're not. We give you a 40% discount if you jump on into the Discord. Link in the description below. It's so easy. Click the link. Join the Discord with me6, with a credit card or with PayPal or even with cryptocurrency. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. and we won't have to pay any fees at all. I appreciate you for that. Band protocol on my radar, as you can see. Getting tight in a channel. It might make a right shoulder here. So look, one thing that I am, preemptive about is the projection. We may make a right shoulder here. Do not be surprised if we do. It could happen. Maybe a stop loss below this previous low, which is a little steep. I get it. I could see band making huge moves. All right. So one thing I have on your radar there is a possible, that could even be a tiny right shoulder. I've seen that happen, but no guarantees. Right now, we are getting tighter in the zone for band protocol. All right. Let's take a look at our daily, which wants to fly to the upside. I like what I'm seeing. Lack of bearish momentum. Everything looking somewhat scrumptious here for band protocol. Let's take a look at the 22-hour time frame. Can it make bacon on the beach? Oh, really? Oh, it's okay. 22 hours. I was like, are you really going to do that? You're going to do some latency behavior now? 22 hour just had the golden cross. Look what happened after we had it. Band did pump from 187 all the way up to 238. That's what a golden cross can do for you. What golden cross can do. Blue Cross. What golden cross will do for you. We should make a commercial. What the golden cross will do for you. So I could see a move 128, right? We've looked at the total market cap. If it stays on that zone, the whole market can still be, very, very positive, and we get a huge push. We're above a point of control. You're above the 200 SMA. This thing could make bacon on the beach. I like what I'm seeing for band protocol. Remember, it may dip to the point of control. It may make that right shoulder. Just something I have to reiterate. But, stop loss somewhere below 138. This thing looks like it could moon. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. This is just kind of what I see in the charts. You'd have to kind of ask yourself what you see in the charts. What do you see? Let's take a look at Flux here on KuCoin. It's weird how my gradient disappeared there, but not there. You know what I mean? You saw that? A little strange. So I put out Flux, right? But I had to say that there is a head and shoulder on it. So just be careful. So I saw Flux, but I saw this head and shoulder on Flux too. Kind of sad when I'm tracking bullish consolidation for like a week, and then you get that move, right? But again, we could say, okay, are we in this type of bull flag, I guess? We'll call it. But I don't like what happened there. To me, it lost a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful diagonal control there that we had going on for Flux. So Flux, to me, kind of lost the zone. Not as pretty as it was before. Head and shoulder did play to the downside with Bitcoin. And it's just how Bitcoin kind of controls the market. If Bitcoin wrestles the feathers of the rest of the market, you're going to see that happen. It's just something that goes on. All right. So Flux with the 1 hour time frame, just kind of in a bit of a pocket here. Let's undo this for a second and take a look. So Flux is, we'll still keep it in this flag. All right. We'd like to get a bounce off the bottom of the flag. 15 minutes should be oversold at the bottom here. It is. Can we get some bullish divergence for the 15 minute? We got them. We got the swing down, a swing down. We got the swing up. This is telling you that could be a great entry for Flux. That could end up being your bottom, just like that last bullish divergence. And even if that just becomes a quick scalp trade, pattern trade to the upside, you could pattern trade this to the top of the pattern for about 15% gains back to the top of the pattern if Flux could hold the zone. It's got to hold this trend line and bounce off that point of control, bounce off that hidden bullish divergence. Point of control that it lost. You saw that once it lost the point of control, you had to start to realize that there could be a bit of a problem. Honestly, the sad thing is there's a huge gap here for Flux. Also, kind of has a Bart Simpson head. I wouldn't be surprised if Flux went all the way back down to here. It did have a halving. The halving happened today or yesterday. Usually you get a sell-off right when the halving happens. So I wouldn't be surprised if this just sells off all the way down to this high volume node. You're in the gapped area. So this looks like a trade that did not play out. About to get stopped out. It may recover, but there's some bearish tones right now for Flux, in my humble opinion. Yep. Not every trade's going to play out. Impossible. Okay. XRP. XRP's in this cup and handle. Let me get rid of all my squiggly lines that don't make sense and make you uncomfortable. Like, why is he squiggling all over the place? Don't squiggle. High squiggle is the only thing you want to squiggle. High squiggle. High coins. High family. Someone called them this morning on Twitter. I thought that was interesting. My high family. Oh, and we got to get to the snowy bird idea here. Yesterday on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're blowing up on our way to 11,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you so much. 10-8 today as we keep continuing to climb. And, the woes that has felt, that was amazing. Yep. That was amazing. I had to retweet that. Who can still appreciate editing a tweet? What kind of barbarians were we before? Insanity. You know what I mean? Like what were we doing? Not being able to answer a tweet. Look at this trending too now. So much going on. So much being revealed. Deep dive that name. My God, spend 5 hours on that. You will never be the same. You'll probably cry yourself to sleep in the nightmarish form. Bitcoin can change your life if you let it. All right? Bitcoin can change your life if you let it. All right? I can't wait to be alongside such amazing... Oh, we were on Around the Blockchain yesterday. Thank you to everyone that jumped on into ATB. I appreciate that support and that love. It was amazing. Keep going. We tweet a lot. Oh, wow, that dude was Jack. We tweet a lot. Oh, that's me. We tweet a lot. Let's keep going here. Where's my... where's Snow? Oh, maybe it's further up. We'll find it. I should ask my team to load the link, and then I can just grab it real fast. But it's fun watching me fumble around, isn't it? Do you get goosebumps when you sneeze? What's up with that? Yeah, what is up with that, right? Okay, post your pics of me and Snowy. Best pick wins a cool surprise, only for the lifers. Okay? This is stupid, man. This is just a picture of me. Yo, this bird is going to poop on me. Chirp, chirp, I got to poop. And he's got, this has to win. I mean, you wrote like words and stuff, dude. You win. Like, I come on, man. Like, I'll look at the other ones, but like you wrote like a whole story. This is pretty good too, though. These pictures are amazing. You people did awesome. Like, this is hilarious. Like, this one's great too. I like the reaction shot to myself. The bird is the key, though. The bird. Look at the bird is the word. Like, you did a 4. This one's pretty good too. Man. This one's hot too. Bitcoin curveball. I got the Red Sox hat on. Dude, this is amazing. You people are awesome. This is hilarious. I didn't understand this one at all. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Didn't get it. And that was it. So, I got to go to Joshua Jellowick. Joshua, man, you wrote a little story. You put in a lot of effort. You're the man, dude. We're going to hook you up. I'm going to say we're going to hook you up. $50 BTC, brother. So just, respond to me here on Twitter in the message, and my team will take care of you. They'll get it to my wife, and she'll make sure you grab that. Shout out to Joshua Jellowick, 50 beans in BTC, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for putting in the effort, being a part of the community, sending a tweet on in, and just making me laugh, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Next tweet, right? Which altcoins do you like below 100 million? Actually, no one will answer this because it takes like a selective brain, but I mean, not no one, but less like newbies who are in crypto, they may not even know how to check the market cap, right? So not the best engagement tweet, but it is for me, and it's good for like my hardcore lifers that do deep dives, and we're going to get a lot of good information out of this. So which altcoins, I guess altcoins, yeah. Which altcoins do you like below 100 million market cap? Let's get it. I believe we can form a great list. Let me know. I want to see 100 responses here, 50 retweets at least. Let us know. Put it out there. And honestly, I believe the lifers are a smart group of people. So which altcoins do you like below 100 million market cap? Let's get it. Send it now. Send it now. Send it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. So XRP, cup and handle. We know that the trial's going on. There's some rumors that the trials, doesn't want to appeal, that they may have to settle even if they don't want to appeal. We'll see. The appealing process will take forever. It'll go to Supreme Court. It'll be insane. So you got the length of this poll. I took that whole wick. I'll just take this wick. That's a little much for me. XRP getting tight moving averages. 1 hour overbought like the rest of the market. 4 hour ready to blast like the rest of the market. So, the 4 hour looks good with a bullish divergence too on my indicator. Not too shabby. Kind of a hidden slight there. And on the 4 hour, it makes you want to do this and just put it in the flag, right? It's just in a flag that kind of had a wick out to the point of control. It's on a point of control right now. It loses that it's dropping down here to 35 cents. Fast, because there's a gap in the VRVP. It holds this zone. I mean, this is a serious zone for XRP to hold. Look, previous resistance, bounce, bounce. A little bit of issue there. Bounce, bounce. Bit of a double bottom bounce here for XRP. Now, it has a gap up here, so if it can get up in here, it can boom up really fast. It can easily get up to 50 cents. So XRP, can it make that 25% move, make 10 cents on 40 cents, 28% really in total, I guess, because what, it would go to like 50 and a half cent. So XRP, cup and handle, ready to rock. I see some bullish tones for XRP, right? However, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. We're in a kind of a standstill here. You got this tight angle here, and you're getting tight in the moving average on the 22-hour time frame. The daily's overbought, though, for XRP and wants to move, and you're about to get a bullish cross. So I'm sticking to my guns on this daily golden cross here on the whole market. I'm also sticking to my guns with the total market cap. Remember, total market cap. Total market cap has been maintaining its zone. Been pretty awesome, right? Great to see the lifer. Do you think XCH could revisit 1600 this cycle? Any insight on the project? Would appreciate it. That thing wasn't 1600, was it really? Wow. You probably know more than me, so I'll check it. Please check out XTP. It's Tap Global's utility token. They are big in Europe and are adverting that they come into the US in April. I think this pullback is a good opportunity pre-launch. Thoughts? I don't know enough about it. Georgie Nakamoto, I'll have to take a look at that. Hey, Lifer, have you seen HBAR in a while? We'll take a look at HBAR. And let me get back to my list of super chats. XTP, SHG, HBAR, and ILV. ILV is just went out of control to the upside. Send in a super chat for a TA or deep dive. I appreciate you all for sending in your coins. Like this little ask here, app check, Monero, FXS, please. Make these super chats. It's $1.99. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It helps out the channel, helps out the viewership, and really just creates a fun atmosphere here. Alcohol is just a money grab from people's addictions. Amen. You know how much money I've saved not drinking alcohol? So many. And look at them messing with my bit rate. This has never happened. But of course, I got to 1,000 people today. And, you know, I preach God and goodness, and I say I don't like alcohol. So they're like, oh, yeah. But look, warning, the stream bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. Never happens to me. It's never happened. And my bit rate's 4,800. It's not 1,500. That's completely garbage. I can prove it to you because I can show you the bit rate that I have set right now on the stream. And it won't let me show you the bit rate. Oh yeah, I have it right here. I have a 4,000 bit rate set on the Streamlab. Why is YouTube telling me that the bit rate is 1556 when I'm sending 4,000? You tell me. A bit shady, YouTube. A bit shady. We caught you red-handed, YouTube. Anyway. Yeah, once I get to 1,000, we should be at 2,000 viewers by now. We hit 1,000. The second we hit 1,000, you notice it drops back down to 800. Where did the 400 people go? Come on, man. You know what I mean? 400 people sign off all at once? No, we know that doesn't happen. We know that doesn't happen. We hit 1,000 people 3 times in the stream. I noticed it. And then it got chumped back down to 800, 900. Hey, man, I know that we're so powerful. 10 years from now, it will be on a completely different platform. One that's far more inclusive and we all feel a lot better about, in my humble opinion. I love YouTube, and I love the algorithm, and I love the opportunity of Google that it's given me. I will always be blessed for it. But things evolve. Everything evolves over time, and I believe there's something going to be coming our way in the next 10 years that's going to change the way we look at things. I have faith and hope, and I believe. Let's take a look at, I don't know what XTP really is. Makes me kind of want to just like wait it out a little bit. XTP, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to deep dive that myself before I kind of put it out here. I have no idea what it is, okay? And I'm sorry, I don't want to put it out if I don't really know what it is. I appreciate your super chat and the love. If I like it tomorrow, I will, bring it back up. I'll tell my team, remind me. Sean, remind me of XTP tomorrow. Let's do a deep dive. Have Jamie look at it too. If it's legit, we'll put it back out tomorrow. So, bit of a double bottom for Chia Network. We looked at this. We had this flag that could go through the upside. Looks like it did do that. Took some time, though, eventually, and it did make a move. I don't know when I last went over this. It was a while. The Chia Network. Can it go back to $1,600 a coin is the question. All the way back. Look, they said it was 300 on, maybe it was bigger on a decentralized exchange. We're not sure. We'll take a look. But, this is kind of a micro cap coin, the nicest way to call it. Right? So look, I mean, you got a falling wedge though. You have previous resistance. You have a golden cross. The daily wants to move. Technically, you're in a bit of a cup and handle here. Am I wrong? I mean, it's a technical cup and handle with like the awkward cup, but I've seen this play out many times with the awkward cup. You did blaze through this gap, and you're coming back down to a support zone. It looks nice on the daily time frame, I have to admit, and the golden cross looks good to me. So I like the golden cross. It just has to maintain. If it doesn't hold the zone, so here's the deal. It's like, this is something that I may or may not trade because, number one, it probably has lower liquidity, probably has a very small market cap, right? Measured move would take you to about 48%, okay? And then we're looking here at a stop loss at about, for me, I don't know about you, 34, right? So I either get stopped out when it comes back down to the zone, or I'm going to make a nice 49%. I'm going to risk 16 to gain 49. That's a beautiful risk-reward ratio. It's a 3-to-1. So there's a trade out there for you for sure. What if you make a shoulder? This is the head. You kind of make another right shoulder. You bounce off the zone. It could happen, all right? But it's on the radar for sure on the daily time frame. I like what I'm seeing on that daily, baby. 22 also looks good. Let's look at our 4-hour time frame, just piecing it together. 4 hours oversold as well. And even the 1 hour looks okay. 15 minutes is oversold. I'm going to, this is interesting. This has all the bells and whistles for a possible move here to the upside. XCH looking interesting to me. XCH looking very interesting to me. XCH. Yeah, if you win 68, 62%, and honestly, the losses with these like tiny, weird little losses that like don't make sense. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. XCH, 48% gain. I like what I'm seeing on XCH. Thank you so much, man. The Super Chat people are amazing. Not only are you the people that give the most, but you also give us good insight and good information. You're blessed people. I'm super, super loving, and I appreciate it more than you would ever know. XCH here, right? Likely to make a move to the upside. Thank you so much for that Super Chat. Let's take a look at HBAR and ILV. HBAR. HBAR. Let's take a look at HBAR on the move. And then we got the news coming. We're about to bring you the news. Stay tuned for the news. 11:30. We're 5 minutes late on these Super Chats, but we got you. The news is coming. So HBAR. I thought we might make this right shoulder, right? I projected a right shoulder here. Never made the right shoulder, but man, maybe made a tiny one right there. No, or just the double bottom there. Kind of But yeah, we never got the right shoulder, but it did get the pump to the upside that I was looking for. Kind of called a bit of a bottom there for HBAR at 3.6. Went up to 7 and broke above the point of control. It's a good sign that it got above here. It could come all the way back down to the bowl. We could see these long-gated bowls. Like, look. Like, this should just be making the long haul bowl. We don't know where we are in the bowl yet, but we could be making this bowl like this. Something like this, too. Right? And it could come all the way back down to one of these areas. I've seen it happen, so I just want to put that out there. We may revisit. Bitcoin could revisit 17,000, 18,000. We could get a huge pullback in a lot of these coins. Just remember, DCA, 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 adding to a bag, adding to a bag, adding to a bag. Never let the FOMO make you think it has to happen right away. That's the problem. People get FOMO'd and they're like, and they take their whole $5,000 or whatever they got and they throw it all the way in. And next thing you know, the whole market retraces it down 2,000. Had they just put in 400 at a time, they'd be looking pretty, and then they'd have a lot of capital to get in on the lows. DCAing has changed. I've DCA'd many times to make a lot of money. Dollar cost averaging will change your life. I like what I'm seeing here on the daily for HBAR. I do see a 67% gain coming. It just looks nice compared to the rest of the market. It kind of has its own kind of thing going. It's an ISO 222 coin. It was behind the rest of the market. It got the pump above the 200 SMA. Usually once you're above the 200 SMA, you get a large pump to the upside. Again here, we can put a stop loss between price action, a support zone, and I kind of want to shave it to a 2.5. Even though I don't like trading 2.5s, I would shave this to a 2.5. Why is that? But I like that I have the stop loss between the 200 SMA and a point of control. Another reason which makes this trade more apt for me to take. See, I'm looking for little things that shave off probability. I'm looking for little things that protect the stop loss. I'm looking for things that can get me feeling more comfortable about the trade. Give me that confluence to get in. And things that I'm looking for is stop loss protection, point of controls, 200 SMAs. This is another trade that has a little bit of that going for it. right? Now, if you don't see these tiny little insights, then you can't shave that probability in your favor. You see what I'm saying? You can't shave that probability in your favor for HBAR. So I like what I'm seeing for HBAR. Possibly 72% gains coming for HBAR. Oversold on the daily time frame. And again, like I don't have to look at 100 other time frames. I just know where my stop loss is. I keep it protected. I trade the time frame that I like to trade on. Okay? I know it may be different from me. You're used to seeing Sam switch it up all different ways. Okay? But you want to trade the time frame that you're stuck on. BOOKMAP absolutely liquidating the longs. 22,005, as we suggested, is getting lit. We started the live stream today talking about Bitcoin. We went over the idea that Bitcoin was likely to break to the downside. We went over it last night in my trading group. If you're in my trading group, you already knew about the head and shoulder patterns, both of them. Okay? If you started watching my live today, I showed you this rising wedge. I said the 1 hour was dumping. I said it's likely we head all the way down to this area at 22,345. We've been dumping ever since I came on the channel. I did not start the channel long. I started the channel in a short sentiment, telling you it's highly likely we make a move to the downside. And on this channel, I actually tell you what I believe is going to happen. There's like 4 or 5 days every once in a while where I'll say, I don't know. But, you know, and again, I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. I just tell you where the probabilities of my oscillators. Like, this is an overbought stochastic. 90% of the time, you're going to get a dump to the downside. Okay? Simple as that. You're also at a previous bounce and you came to a resistance. You know, you're at a support zone and you're at a previous resistance. Previous resistance, I mean, you want a short resistance. So you're overbought, you're at a resistance, you're in a rising wedge, and you hit resist. I mean, it had all the bells and whistles for a dump to the downside. Also, when we've been showing you the VRVP gap over and over again. I'll show it again if anyone's new to the channel. This is the VRVP on the right side of the screen. It shows me when people are buying and selling, and it shows me where the majority of buying and selling occurs. See this giant gap right here? This giant gap is where price action is in, and usually you're going to end up down to the lower point of liquidity. If we end up at 20,008, 20,900, do not be surprised. All right? All right? They're going to bounce the price up and down as they move it, but trust me, over time, and also the stochastics had reset on the 1 hour without getting above the previous high and making a new low area. So there was a lot telling me in the momentum indicators that we didn't have the bullish momentum. We just didn't. These indicators are very accurate. They can, by using them all the time, you're going to know about momentum, and you're going to know when the momentum is not in your favor. And that's all you really have to trade is momentum. I trade momentum. When momentum is not in my favor, I respect that. Only bullish, somewhat bullish tone here is if we raise this. I'll keep that there. The only bullish tone is, are we doing some type of double bottom here? You know, you always have to be open-minded. Bottom. And can the 15-minute, the 15-minute wants to bounce. It has to break a high above 22,800. And I said the daily has to get back above this level. Like, you got to get the daily back above 23K. At least 23,800. You got to get the daily of the 4 hour. Or you're not, I don't see how we're going to maintain. So that's my update for Bitcoin. Pretty much stand still, So the slot on, right? This is my update for Bitcoin. Look, we're getting slaughtered here, all right? Down to the downside. We started the channel, said we were going to drop to the downside. We got this double bottom, all right? So if you came to the channel when we first began, rising wedge, we started to break down. My measured move was to 23,300. Bang, right? So we're watching this in a smaller time frame. We'll tell you what we're going to do. Let me get rid of all my crazy work here, but I'm just saying the daily has to close above 22,008 or we have more downside coming. And we have this big gap of the VRVP, if you're new, that I showed by BOOKMAP covering it right here. Big gap of the VRVP. All right. So definitely something you want to be careful of, the gap of the VRVP. And we're already entered into it. It's likely we're going to head to 21,000. Very, very likely. So I trust my VRVP. I trust my stochastics oscillators. All right. Can't see this on the 4 hour because we had to use the smaller time frames to figure out what was going on. Okay. I will teach you what time frames to use and when to use them. All right. Because you can't always use every time frame for every scenario because you won't see the information you need. All right. Like right now, we're in a smaller time frame. I'm going to get rid of this line here because I don't want to see it. I'm going to get rid of this line here, this line, this flag. We even had this flag, and we called that drop. By just drawing flags, you're able to figure out what's going on. Smaller time frames are going to position us. So look, we got a bullish divergence in the 15. It's a good sign that we could get a bounce. Back to the upside. Let's get the bounce then. Falling wedge breaks to the upside with the bullish divergence. Measured move could take you back up. You got to get back above 22,008. If this is a fake out, if this is a bear trap, we got to get back above 22,800. All right? Strictly, like that's it. If this is a bear trap, we must get back above the zone. So all you have to do is watch the 5 minute. If the 5 minute comes back up here and bearishly retests, it's going to be another entry for the short. Like, so if this comes up, we hit the point of control, that's going to be a perfect short entry on the 5 minute time frame. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Thank you for the love. So we banged to 1,000 people again, and we got banged back down to 600. I guess there's a group of 400 people that like to come in and out of the stream every once in a while. It's kind of crazy to me. And with that, let's jump on into the news. Let's give you the news so you don't have to go anywhere else to find out what we break down for you every single day. The news, baby. The news. Let's take a look at the news. Research. Thank you, Jamie, every single day. Busting it up. I appreciate it, man. Grinding. Everybody, a quick news intro, and then I'll be back with the news. See you in a second. Thank you so much for the love. So check it out. The Tether witnessed 700 million profits in quarter 4, 2022 amidst a bear market. All right. The world's largest stablecoin issuer banked 700 million in profit in the fourth quarter of the 2022. It should be noted that Tether's reserves have been boosted by the profit. This is an additional capital that can be employed to boost the firm. I mean, this is amazing. How do they make money? According to the statement, Tether's consolidated total assets of the date were at least 6.7 billion. While it consolidated total liabilities were at least 66 billion, depicting surplus reserves of at least $960 million. So Tether is more than backed by reserves. Now they're showing you that they're overbacked. So I met Reeve, the CEO. I interviewed him. We have the footage. We'll put it out again. We could do more with that footage. We'll put out another more interview. I really asked him some deep dive questions. And honestly, the way he handled them, the way he talked, the way he kind of left in his black SUV, I was like, wow, this is interesting to me. So, yeah, I could definitely see how Tether is not insolvent. So it's very, very interesting to me as well. Bank of America innovation to expand decentralized finance functionality over time. Developer activity and adoption is key to success, the report said. Bank of America, the correlation in digital asset markets last year led to a shift in focus and capital from speculative trading to projects with real-world functionality. But decentralized finance current functionality barely scratches the surface, Bank of America said. The bank says platforms like Gauntlet are driving the evolution of DeFi applications, but cautions that regulatory barriers to enter, poor user interfaces, and limited functionality likely prevent mainstream adoption in the short term. Gauntlet is a financial risk modeling simulation platform that acts as an advisor for application improvement. DeFi is an umbrella term for the variety of financial applications carried out on a blockchain. It's interesting, Bank of America, right? Innovation to expand decentralized finance over time. They want to get in. They see the potential of making tons of money. I mean, they make money over transactions. The faster a transaction, the more money they can make. Why would a bank not want to implement blockchain into their business model? Aave deploys native stablecoin GHO on Ethereum testnet. GHO joins an increasingly competitive space as rival DeFi protocols also issue or are moving to release their own protocol native stablecoin. So Aave, one of the crypto's largest decentralized finance protocols, has deployed its native stablecoin GHO. So that's going to be interesting too. I like Aave. I've been trading in Aave and a long-term holder of Aave for a long time. I like Aave. Aave has done some damage in the past, and I believe Aave will be here in the long term. They're a team that's going to be here in the long time, forever. So not forever, but they're not going anywhere. They're not rug pulling you. Aave's pretty decent company, and I love Aave. So, they're a company that I really, really like and that I stand behind. Aave, baby, Aave. Okay. ILV, GRT, and APT. Let's take a look at ILV on KuCoin. ILV just pumped out of control, right? We showed it down here in this falling wedge. I suggested just a quick trade scalp, and it would go above that point of control, and it would go bananas, all right? Out of control. A lot of these new coins pumped hard. I mean, not older coins, but these metaverse coins. Like the metaverse just went out of control. What we're seeing now is, a retest. Like a lot of these coins are doing the same thing. They're in this little flag, they're in this giant bowl, and they're retesting this previous support that they've broken. We've got the golden cross of the 22 and you're oversold. The daily too. It's all about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin maintains and holds this level. ILV may make a huge move here out of this channel to the upside. It has a measured move to 135. This is Illuvium. We traded this on and off a year ago back in the day, and we knew when it first came out. I was researching all these coins when they first hit the market. Now resistance, previous support, but you have an even stronger support. I feel like a little lower than that, like right here where you bounced off of. Do you go lower? There's a chance. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. It's also beat to the ground. The 1 hour is very oversold. The 15 minutes oversold. I mean, Bitcoin could be creating it right now. It's high risk, high reward. This is where someone uses the fear to get into the trade. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but using fear today to enter the trade could be advantageous. So I do see a possibility of a 69.77% gain coming out of Illuvium. It's got to hold this level, but it is oversold on multiple time frames. I wouldn't be surprised if this flag did play out to the upside, Illuvium. So really strange how today my background got changed and it with a click of a button. Really, really weird. Really, really weird. Illuvium in a flag. Has to hold support. And that's what I like about this trade. It's like you either get stopped out when it loses that support line and you figure it out again, or it does make a monumental move to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing for Illuvium here. Oversold on every time frame. Like on the 1, 4, 22, and daily. Illuvium. Interesting, right? Bang, bang, bang. And that will do it for the day for the charts. Thank you for everyone jumping on into Twitter. I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone jumping on into the super chats. Let me see if there's one last super chat that I have to do. GRT and APT. Let's take a look at GRT, the graph token on KuCoin. The graph token on KuCoin. This thing pumped up way too fast, way too hard. All right? You look at your 22-hour time frame, and you're pushing to the downside here. You got to touch this 21-day moving average. Same thing. I got a fib drawn. We may come all the way back down to the 618. After huge pumps, I draw 618 fibs. I wait for price action to reconnect with the 21-day moving average. Those two things basically are necessities for any price action to continue to the upside. So right now, we're dropping like a fly, and yeah, I would just be letting this continue to the downside. It's got downward momentum. It's got to touch the 21-day moving average before it can continue. Profits should have been taken on this, and there you have it, GRT. Fireburn Babylon. What? And Aptos, people want Aptos, still was in that channel, in that flag for Aptos, still in this channel. But again, yeah, oversold the daily. And see, this isn't like, see, unlike GRT, this had its time. See, GRT's here. up here, has to come and touch the 21, is beginning its dump. Look at coins and watch the evolutions of a coin's move. Compare one coin evolution to another. You can learn the evolution of a coin from one coin to another, right? This is starting to show some hidden bullish divergence too. That's a swing up. This is an overall swing down. Aptos is showing signs of life to me. Oversold on multiple time frames. It had a huge pump. Its sentiment is like higher than almost any other sentiment. Token Metrics really likes it for the week. There's a chance this thing makes bacon on the beach. A 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio here as you're kind of floating with this floating price action. But I like what I'm seeing for this. This is, you know, falling volume with falling price tells me that we're lacking sellers, right? The hidden bullish divergence. I know this thing is hype. It's kind of a giant cup and handle. It had a huge pump, pullback. Could it pull back to a 618? It may. We'll draw a fib here and just take a look where that 618 would be. It would be here at all the way back at $8.53. Could that happen? It could. But I am liking this flag. If anything could pop today, it could be Aptos because Aptos had the huge pump. Then while everything was pumping the last few days, it reset. So Aptos kind of has its own cycle going. And you could see Aptos kind of doing something big. Okay, let me post Aptos, and then I'm going to be out of here for the day. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. App. Oversold on the 22-hour and the daily. You know? Apt is on my radar too as well. Please look at ABT, Arc Block. ABT. Undead is up 100%. High Undead. Is it really? Yeah. Funny. Remember when that came out this morning? So new that we don't have it yet. Oh no, I didn't put the high in there. Dang it. What's the ticker for that though? Is it high Undead or is it high DND or something? You guys will tell me in the trading group. I'll figure it out. And ABT, the last super chat, everybody. No more. I'm not going to do it if you've sent it out. You know what I mean? Arc Block Tether on Gate.io. I don't really trade Gate. Why does that have a gap like that? That's why I don't trade Gate. Look at that. What is that? Arc Block for Tether OKX or BitGate. We'll do BitGet. They tend to. Okay, so I had it in this channel when I last looked at it yesterday. Someone must have asked me about it, or I was drawn. I don't know. I guess I have it here. Someone must have asked me about it. So ABT is in a tight bull flag, oversold in the daily time frame, or descending. No, look, it's got pennant vibes. It's got bull pennant vibes with the higher right side. But yeah, I mean, 65% gains, moving average a little far apart, but the 22 looks decent. This looks like it could blast to the upside. I'll agree with you, man. This looks really nice on the 4-hour time frame. Very tight. That's bullish consolidation. I would not be surprised if this went up 60%. Yeah. Do you still own Baby Doge? It's been going crazy the last month. I think I do still own some Baby Doge. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. The last Bitcoin update I did, everyone, is really up to date, Sean. You can grab it. It was like 20 minutes ago. That's really going to keep you right where we're at, you know. Well, actually, we're a little lower. Let's break it down. I mean, we're headed to the target. Pretty simple as that on the 1-hour time frame, right? Unless that 15-minute can do something amazing here and break out of this crazy falling wedge, I mean, it's likely we're going to drop to the target, right? But only time will tell. We're very oversold in that 15-minute. Expecting somewhat of a bounce here, and now we lost these candles lower than this area. Now that's going to be a resistance point. See, every time you lose a candle closed area, that becomes resistance. So now you got resistance at 22,500 for Bitcoin. So, and we head lower. Likely we go to 23,300. If you watch this channel at the very beginning, I was short on the market. So, and we talked about an insurance short right here that is heavily paid right now to the upside, or right around here. We made it right here on this right shoulder. It's heavily in profit with a stop loss at the head, and it could be moved to break even at this point. But I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on in. I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, baby, Friday, for another beautiful live stream, and we'll have a blast. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next live. Be safe.